Evening, everyone. Welcome to the semi-finals of the PPL Australian Draft Tournament. We have with the 3 of the 4 finalists. We're actually missing the last Guthrie. And I didn't notice I have not actually put Beavwa's nameplate up there. I should actually fix that. So, going around, we have, first and foremost, Novacascade, who is normally last.
Normally last. Promoted again. Love it.
Yes. We have the one and only Uncle Kaka, and I have actually made a mess of that too. This is not going well already.
That's okay. I'm a mess anyway, but whatever. Yeah, I was hoping to be saved for last because saving best for last. But whatever. It's all right.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have the person with no name, Beavwa.
I like to just sneak in under the radar, so if you can't even see any names or anything,
on it says Nova as well. So everyone's Nova tonight.
That's my style.
Well, actually, it kind of makes sense if he's just gone in and hacked the entire stream.
I think he has, yeah. Right, so yeah.
Ask me no questions, I'll tell you no lies.
It's all lies. That was a lie.
All lies.
Semi-finals.
Lies for the lie god.
How about that?
Oh, pressure. Semis.
So much pressure.
It's been a journey, that's for sure.
So yeah, there's
2 of us.
There are 4 by tonight, or after this podcast, I suppose. There will be 2.
And after next podcast, there can be only one. The Highlander of the Draft League. Quickening. Can we feel the quickening? Oh!
All right. So before we get started,
and we're done.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep this back on track, and it's not working. So yeah, before we get started, quick announcement: keep an eye on the forums and on the tweeters and on the front page of the PAX Work on League website, because PAX Australia applications will open very soon for leaders. Not exactly sure when that is. I'll have to, needle fill analysis for an exact date, but they will be happening very soon.
They are coming.
And I think Alice is actually cheating in the race to be the first person to get her application in.
She knows when it's going to happen.
She knows when it's going to happen, and I wouldn't be surprised if she's actually already got access to the form. That's cheating.
She's also the assistant administrator. So.
Yes. Yeah. Still cheating. Well, technically, she's already a leader. Does that count? Anywho, who wants to see some battles?
Sure. Which one first?
The first battle I actually have up, and I've ruined this as well. What is going on today is the Melbourne Missingnos versus the Blue Mountains Milotics. Let's go backwards this time.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, why not? The other one, of course, is Kaka versus Guthrie, and I think we all want to see that one as well. But that one, I think, is going to be the better of the 2 battles. Let's leave that one for last.
I won't disagree. I can give a very quick summary on my approach for this battle. So basically, coming in, I know that Nova is a better player than me. He's a better tactician, better strategist, better planned, just better. And I went, okay, well, do I have any dirty tricks at all that might possibly give me a chance in hell? And the dirtiest thing possible that I think is banned in some tournaments is Dark Void Smeagol.
Mm-hmm. I've
got a Smeagol, and I pulled the Dark Ray out. I taught it Dark Void, and then on the day I'm like, it's skirting a bit too close to breaking the rules.
Yeah.
So changed up the moveset slightly, but still tried to stick to that kind of strategy.
Yeah, just bear with me because I'm not actually getting some getting footage here. What is going on? It was all working before I turned everything on, I swear.
I'm fairly sure the only reason Dark Void's banned is because it hits multi-targets in VGC, so you can put both to sleep at once.
Yeah, that's true. But and nothing actually resists it, so it works on every single opponent you face. Unlike any other sleep move.
Unlike Spore, which won't work on powder protection or grass types. But it does only have an 80% hit rate, which is infinitely better than the Sing, which is only 55%.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. 80% hit rate, 100% coverage, or Spore is 100% hit rate, but you've got abilities that'll block it. You've got grass types will block it as well.
I have to admit, I have considered using Sing.
Save it for the league. It could be a fun little quirk for your team.
Sound moves. What do you?
You can't protect the Sing. You can't protect Raw either. So, before we get started, shout outs, of course, to Erkenhelm over at the PAX East side of things. We did have a bit of technical difficulties, a bit more technical difficulties, with Dezel's capture card exploding. So, huge thanks to Erkenhelm.
I am still peeking the shrapnel out.
Yes, there was collateral damage. So, let's talk battle, now that I've got everything working and not on fire. So, Mr. Shine versus Nova. Nova, why don't you go first? What's your team doing?
My team, mostly pretty standard stuff. You've got Mandibuzz, Jolteon, Excadrill, Scolipede, Gastrodon as well, but I decided to bring something completely different that has done absolutely nothing for me this tournament and bring my Lilligant back, which has finally earned itself the right to get back on the team and also earned itself a nickname. So it hopefully was going to throw Beavwa for a loop, and seeing something that I've basically not used might have been something that he wasn't prepared for. So fingers crossed it comes off.
All right. How about you, Beavwa?
So straight up, if I stick to what's worked for me in the past, I know Nova's already thought of that. He's thought of every counter strategy for that. So first thing I did was drop the Beedrill, because that one's worked really well for me, and I know it'll be completely useless against Nova. So there's something he hopefully didn't expect, is a lack of Beedrill. Apart from that, he's got a lot of speed on his team. So I had to leave behind a few of the ones that were a bit too slow. Like my poor Aggron, he just didn't stand a chance against most of the lineup. So after I removed a few, I had a lot of special attackers left and a few different tactics I could use as we go. It all sort of was pinned around that Smeargle. If that could give me a decent setup, I had a shot at a surprise win.
Awesome. All right. So, well,
I guess the last question I'd really like to ask here is, Beavwa, what was your expected? What were you planning to lead with, and what were you expecting to face as a lead really here?
So I had a game plan. I had a very solid game plan. It was, I'm leading with the Smeargle, and everything short of Jolteon, after one Shell Smash, I should outspeed it, so that won't be an issue. Jolteon, if it's Scarfed, that's still going to outspeed it even after a Shell Smash, in which case I'll do a quick switch to the Stunfisk, hopefully drawing an electric attack of some sort. That was pretty much my opening plan, but it was Smeargle from the front, do a Shell Smash. It's got a Scarf.
Sorry.
All right.
All good.
What about yourself, Nova? What were you expecting to face as a lead, and what was your game plan with that?
Honestly, I was pretty much banking on the Smeargle lead. Galvantula was another option, with obviously speed is key, so the Sticky Web is also an option. Expecting a Smeargle and honestly expecting a Spore lead. This battle happened a while ago, so I'm a little bit hazy on what my actual thought process was. But I didn't want to lead with Jolteon because that's been too obvious, as we found out last week. So I think I ended up leading Gastrodon. Just not really sure why. It could sort of take on the Galvantula. It wasn't going to take any water moves. Electric moves. Obviously, it wasn't going to stop the Sticky Web, but I had some methods of dealing with that, so wasn't too worried about that. But yeah, kind of expecting the Smeargle lead, but I didn't really want to go straight into my anti-Smeargle poke just in case it didn't come out, and I could always switch it in afterwards.
All right. So with that, how about let's hit play and find out who our first finalist is going to be. Now, just a heads up, none of us, aside from Nova and Beavwa, actually know how this battle ends. So, there we go. Mr. Shine issuing a challenge. So we got the Smeargle, we got the Gastrodon.
Yeah, and didn't want to take anything. I basically expecting a Spore, so I go straight out into Mandibuzz, which carrying Overcoat doesn't do anything.
Yep,
And
there was the Spore. And
knowing,
yeah.
And knowing this Smeargle was going to set up, I was actually running basically a full speed Mandibuzz, and it was carrying Taunt.
So no Thunder Wave from the Stunfisk.
No, so I was hoping the Smeargle was going to stay in and try and set up, but no luck, so I'm going to switch straight out.
Twinkle Toes! Love it!
Yeah, so straight up, didn't stick with the plan. But I'll do what I can. I've got all the tools that I need to hopefully still put up a fight.
And yes, Twinkle Toes came in and decided that it was going to outspeed. I wasn't expecting the Stunfisk to stay in, so I'm going to start setting up probably a little too soon. But I had the opening, so I was going to go for it.
Yep.
And what's the percentage on Sleep Powder actually hitting?
75, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, so more likely to hit than not. So managed to put it to sleep, and Hidden Power goes off. And I was actually quite surprised that the Galvantula wasn't sashed, but
no,
I'm going to take it.
No, it's because the Smeargle had the sash.
Smeargle had the sash. That's right.
I think I kind of remember what I had on it. Might have been the Life Orb, actually.
Yep. Oh, there's a stash right there.
See, there's the stash.
Alright, so what are we doing here? There's a Shell Smash. You said you were going to go that way, so yep.
Yep, so yeah, a little better late than never. Try for the setup. Let's see, I've never actually used this strategy before.
Come on, Smeargle. Oh, Baton Pass, yep.
Yep. So there's the setup. And
probably the worst thing that I could be facing with a Baton Pass in Shell Smash into the Chandelure. Oh my god, this is terrifying.
I think
scary.
by the numbers, a single Shell Smash Chandelure could one-shot everything except the next thing that comes out. But it could one-shot 8 out of 9 of his team with the setup that I had on it.
And I knew that.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you've run all the numbers, you know the plays, so.
I actually wasn't expecting. I think we find out in the end that the Chandelure was spexed, which I wasn't expecting, particularly for a Shell Smash recipient. It's probably better to have a bit of flexibility, whether it be Expert Belt.
Yeah, but I couldn't get the one hits on the neutral threats like the anything that fire wasn't super effective to. I couldn't actually get the kills on those. Like I tried it with. With Life Orb, everything, it still fell just short. So the Mandibuzz could survive it if I didn't have it spec'd.
Okay. Fair enough. That's the sort of prep you've got to do, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of prep at this point in the competition. So right now, this is a lot of this is also something that's I've learned a lot throughout this league. Is just a lot of those switching back and forths. Just try to get the positioning to get some reasonable hits.
Yeah. Like you're expecting, I'm banking on an electric move coming out, so I'm not going to stay in, go straight into Excadrill, but you can take the opportunity to set your rocks up, which was a perfect play.
Yeah. It's hard sometimes to know when to go for what's in front of you, when to go for what you think's going to be switched to, or just, oh well, I'll take the shot that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's my.
I could have gone for my rocks expecting you to switch out, fearing the earthquake, but I didn't want that Stunfisk hanging around. So if you were to stay in, the earthquake would have been brilliant.
So here's another new thing I thought I'd try this week: Confuse Ray.
Yeah, all right. Confuse is rather nasty once it gets established too.
And it always hits with
and more defensive X Zatu this week. It was
the flinch. That flinch was lucky.
Yes.
Yes, it definitely was. but then you can get the confusion back in the end. So it was actually probably played to your disadvantage in the fact that the Xatu was shiny, because I immediately knew it was something different.
Yeah, I mean, same deal with the Chandelure. I rebred one with Infiltrator just so I could get past any possible substitute, but then no shiny that time round, so you know something's different.
Exactly. Yep. So actually, I didn't recognise that, to be honest.
But look, I was happy I got a chance to use this shiny Xatu, and not only that, it got the revenge kill, because the normal Xatu I think got absolutely destroyed by the Excadrill last time we met. So shiny got to come in, get the revenge. Don't think it's going to last too much longer, so out it goes.
Well, obvious Volt Switch is obvious, so I'm not going to be obvious this time. And I'm not going for the hidden power.
Yeah, those hidden powers.
Which hidden power was that one?
Ice?
It was ice. Yeah. I think I've run ice basically every week.
I think you have, yeah.
It's just too good a coverage.
I was hoping it was locked. So basically, pull out the Sunfisk, lock it into a move that's going to be not effective against something else. So hidden power ice, not much against the Poliwrath. Whereas if you were using, say, a Volt Switch, that would really hurt.
Yeah. And I think you read it pretty well. Like, my Jolteon was scarfed and anticipating the Beedrill, just needing something to be faster than it.
So I did get to catch you out in one little way. It's like, you'll have a plan for my Beedrill, so I won't bring it.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Any little random chances, it's what I need.
Every little bit helps, especially on a match like this.
So yeah, a lot of my hard workers from pretty much the whole tournament have come in. Like, you've seen the Stunfisk in and out a lot. Poliwrath, it's in there and just taking the hits.
Poliwrath honestly really surprised me this tournament.
Yeah, that's been my surprise of my team. Like, I just picked it because I've never used it ever. Like, even back in the first game.
Another good switch there.
Once again, the Stealth Rocks are starting to rack up again, though.
Yeah, those rocks are really hurting at this point. And I don't actually have a spinner on my team, which doesn't help.
No.
Yep.
And once again, the Confused Ray is
Ice
not
Beam.
gonna...
That'll be the end of the Xatu.
Yep, but it got a kill this time. I think that might have been its first one.
It really did work this match. It really did. Alright, Chandelier. Oh. Almost lost it.
Yeah, those rocks hurt.
Yeah.
And that was something I noticed like, in the first match that we had. Like, I think it was like 5 of your 9 are weak to rocks, whether 2 times or 4 times. It's just... And that was basically why I let Excadrill go down earlier. It was just essential that I have them up.
Yeah, get it out there, get the rocks up. That's a big problem for me.
Yep.
And that Mandibuzz, that thing is an absolute tank. It dishes out, it takes. That's been a really good pick for you.
Yeah, it's definitely been my all-star, I reckon. It's just sat in there. This way, I was actually quite surprised, like running the max speed to be faster than the Smeargle. Wasn't actually expecting it to outspeed the Chandelure, so I was actually expecting to take a hit before I roosted.
Well, once again, I had to actually drop the speed to be able to get those one-hit KOs on the single Shell Smash.
Yep.
All right. We're
So
getting down the
I
point
think I've lost
this match
at this
now.
point. Yeah, I'm getting bled out at this point. There's that hurt.
Oh, that was close.
I don't think I've got much left.
I just can't look away from this match. It's just so intense. Just ugh.
It was pretty intense when we were having it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah, I think it. I mean, it's nice that we can like do these post wrap up things with the verse recorder matches and such, but even so, it still takes away a little bit from like how it feels doing it live, like how much thought goes in between each move, and how much you're just sitting there thinking, oh, what's he going to do now? What am I going to do to counter? And what am I expecting? What's he expecting? It's
the nerves, the pressure. Like it literally takes twice as long as these replays.
At least.
Like for a 10-minute replay, we're talking a 20-25 minute match.
Yes.
So here we go. This is where I'm pretty much bleeding out from the rocks. So Smeagol comes back in with 1 HP and
falls over
straight back down. Yeah.
Oh no! And that was it.
And that's it. So I'd almost just say by the end I was just kind of flailing against the inevitable. I still tried up to the end, but Nova is just too good for me.
You did
He's
really
completely
well.
Outclassed me. Thank you very much for the match.
It was a fantastic match, and with you, I think between you and Lama as well have both just absolutely come along in leaps and bounds throughout the tournament. So it was a very good match, and I'm glad we had it.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
So that's the end of my tournament. At that point, I'm out.
So we have our first finalist. That is Mr. Novacascade. All right.
And now we wait to see who the other challenger will be.
The other battle, yes, indeed. Let's flick over to that and take a look-see, shall we? Here we go.
Now, I think, Fern, we do need that red background up for this one here, because this kind of is a grudge.
You want to go red background? Okay, I can do red background.
I think this is definitely a red background match.
All right.
Because for anyone who's playing along at home, you'd all remember that Guthie and I have got a bit of a long-standing history of
pink background,
high-pressure, brutal matches. The first time we really faced off was in the Elite Champion Playoff for PAX last year. Where I got him, he got me the first time, I got him the second time, and then we had that best of 3 match, which came down to the wire, me coming out on top. Then last time we faced, I had a game plan against him, and he got me. So, grudge match 2, he was up at one point at that particular stage. I think actually we'd gone back to draw at that particular stage. But this is. Yeah, it is grudge match round 5 now.
Shame I couldn't leave that pink background up, because that just looked awful. So red background it is.
Seems
it's kind of the pink and the icky purple. Bleh. Anyway, red and black, awesome. So we have for Guthie, we have the Tentacruel, we have the Doug Trio, the Escavalier, the Snorlax, the Cofagrigus, and the Lopunny. All very big hard workers for him. What are you doing, Kaka?
Well, I've brought out several people that you've all seen before. We, of course, have Pink Floyd coming out again as the Clefable. We have Vegeta, my Bisharp. We have one of the Breloons. I cannot remember which one off the top of my head. That is either Dreadloom or Techloom. I think that was the Dreadloom. We, of course, have Dragon Thing coming out again. We have the Danger Duck, and we have one of my many, many, many Kecleons. I swear I have more Kecleons than the average AFL team has players by this stage.
That's worrying. That is very, very worrying. It's like a Kecleon for all occasions.
You get a Kecleon. You get a Kecleon. You all get Kecleon.
You all get a Kecleon. They're invisible, and you can't get into your car. Enjoy.
And your car's being driven away by invisible Kecleons. It's great.
Yeah.
So, game plan here, similar to last time that Guthie and I faced off. He has this huge tendency these days to lead with that Lopunny. And honestly, I saw that as his main logical lead against me. If he can get me in my back quarter like last time, he can probably shut me down. So I was expecting the Lopunny lead, and I was planning to counter that with the Kecleon lead as well. So we'll see if that came out to play shortly.
With the right item this
I believe
time,
he was... Sorry?
With the right item this time, I presume, or is that too soon?
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
I hope so. I really hope so. It's the semis. You can't afford to be making mistakes like that.
Yeah, that was a bit of a brutal one. On the flip side, though, we do know that Guthie is very, very well aware of what I was planning to do to deal with his low penny last time. So there are some interesting changes to his team, and we are seeing, of course, a Tentacruel. That is a huge answer to the Clefable. We've got the core of his team there as well, the Snorlax, the Cofagarius, and the Lopunny, but the Doug Trio has replaced the Heliolisk. Last time we faced off, he actually was bringing the Heliolisk and the Overcoat Escavalier to essentially deal with any Spore shenanigans and also to deal with the Charizard. So I was actually quite pleased to see the Doug Trio instead of the Heliolisk. From the Heliolisk, of course, is electric normal, which means it's kind of vulnerable to a bunch of priority fighting moves. So I suspect that's why he possibly hasn't brought this particular case, but we should probably see where this particular match went.
All right, well, let's hit play and see what happens. So what were you expecting on the opening, Kaka?
Definitely was expecting the low penny opening, and
Definitely
I was expecting that to lead fake out. So I was leading with my Protect Kecleon to cancel that fake out.
Yeah, well, you made the right call
so
there. That's the low punny right there.
Yep. Absolutely was the low punny. Goes straight for the Mega as expected. So
There's
he's
really
not
no
worried
reason
about
not to
any...
for a low punny.
If you're expecting a Meowstic or something that has Prankster to hit it with a status effect, then that's a good reason not to immediately go for it.
Yep.
But this is a game changer here, the Encore, which locked me into Protect for quite a while. It was not a great situation, because I know this Kecleon, if it takes a return or pretty much anything except a last resort, it lives through it and can deal a lethal Drain Punch back. But anyway, that didn't happen, so we knew this wasn't going to live through things, so I hit it with the Sucker Punch to at least get a bit of chip damage and value play in. So Kecleon going down much, much less effective than I was expecting.
Yep. So, Danger Duck, the blue one.
That encore was perfectly placed.
It was. It really was.
He knew the counter, though, so he had to come out that way. Obviously not going to let Low Punny in there, because he knows that Low Punny is probably going to get either killed or is going to get statused. This is a Danger Duck we know runs a lot of different status tricks. We see the first Psy Shock of the tournament from that Danger Duck, though. So that was a little unexpected for him.
Maybe
the paralysis on
proc.
the
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Beautiful. And we're going to switch out, because we know that Escamolier runs knockoff. I don't want to lose my Eevee Light this particular stage.
That full power straight off is really sucks for Guthie.
Yeah. He's not going to leave the Escavalier against a Dragon thing, knowing that's 4 times weak fire, Sunlight up. Snorlax comes in. This was a bit of a problem, because this thing is bulky as all hell. We know he runs 4 or 5 different variants of the thing. Not sure what he's actually running here. But, you know, I'm going to see what's going to happen. Flamethrower on the off chance he's leaving this Cavalier in. Deciding I don't really have anything else to answer the Snorlax with, so we go for the flinch hacks with Air Slash. And I got lucky.
Ooh, very lucky.
And I got really lucky.
Very lucky.
Really lucky, yes.
Oh,
wow.
And followed up with a crit.
Oh, and
Just
crit,
to rub it in.
Exactly. So Big Blue goes down, having done nothing. Dragon thing can't deal with the low punny. It's got to come out. In goes the duck again, and this is a real problem. This low punny. How is going to deal with this duck? This duck we know is a absolute freaking wall. Fake out goes out, takes a bit of chip. I'm okay. It doesn't do much. Obviously we've got the Doug Trio. The wicked little speed demon that it is.
Oh, yes.
I'm picking that this is going to be a switch. It obviously has switched here, so I'm not getting caught out with a Thunder Wave, but the Doug Trio sash is broken. It gets its rocks up, but it dies after doing its job. Its job is obviously to get those rocks up there, because it knows he doesn't want to have that Charizard coming back in again.
Alright, so Thunderwave on the Cofagrigus. Is it just me, or is just every battle that Cofagrigus has turned up in, it's had some sort of status effect hit it?
Pretty much, but it's trade and status effects here. So he gets
It
Topsy
gives
out of
it gives and it takes.
Yes, it does.
It's essentially very much a very good wall for him to do these sort of things. But Psyshock's also good against it as well. So let's just hit it a bit and we're okay. He starts setting up because he knows the Danger Duck is very specially offensive. So that's going to make my life hell. And obviously I'm a bit of a clock here with the poison. So I'm getting out. Definitely getting out of there. I need to answer this thing. I've actually got two answers to this thing. I've got the Dreadloom, as you can see here, and we've also got the Bisharp ready to go if needs be. But doesn't want to stay against the Breloom for some strange reason. Thinking, of course, he can just Mega Horn the Breloom down. We've not actually seen the Breloom do its job in this particular category before. But I get the free sword stance. That paralysis is just doing so much work. And out he goes again.
He's not sticking around. What's he got?
No, he's just trying to scare the Breloom out. So in comes the Cavagarius again, and I get another sword stance off. This is really beautiful. I'm super happy at this stage.
That is a terrifying Breloom.
It is.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Wouldn't want to be against.
One shot.
Oh.
I know. It is a monster.
It is. That is terrifying. So, and yeah, the fake out, nothing.
Yep. Nothing on the fake out. Love that poison heal. Obviously, the low punny goes out, knowing that Mark Punch is going to kill it in return if it's going to happen. Yep. Bang.
Yep.
And look at the shit damage on that. That's 4x attack here.
Oh. And 2, there goes
Sacrifice.
the Escavalier. Wow.
Ooh.
It's
Clean
a
sacrifice.
monster.
He wants that clean switch. It is a monster at this stage. I can't risk going for another sword stance. I don't need another sword stance. I just need to hit things.
Ooh. Oh, there we go.
Yep.
That was
Is-
unexpected.
It was
Not
actually
exactly
I
unexpected.
Wasn't quite expecting it to get one shot there.
Yeah, the Breloom will always get one shot by the offensive tentacruel, especially if it's orbed up appropriately. This one, I believe,
And tentacles
is actually...
surprisingly quick.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Base speed 100. The other thing with it is it also, from memory, is spec'd,
Yes.
which is why this hits like a machine. So Danger Duck heals himself up there, takes another sludge bomb. We're not too worried about this because the Eviolite just keeps us alive so well. We just want to shut this Tentacruel down. So Thunderwave goes off again. That's 3 of his 6 that have been waved. This duck is doing so much work.
It's hanging in
is
there.
honestly of that entire match. Makes the impossible possible. If this was a gun series, this would be the masked guy who just makes the impossible possible.
Danger Duck does whatever a Danger Duck does.
So trading a few blows here, I switch into Thunderbolt mode. So yeah, load out this one is Psyshock, Thunderbolt, Thunderwave, and Recover, of course.
Ooh, almost lost him.
Yep, beautiful crit there. That's fine.
Yep,
Not too worried about
and
this.
there he goes.
Told me.
Yeah.
Duck goes down. That's okay. He's done his job.
He really has. Wow. Ooh, and those rocks.
Don't they do 4x on the dragon thing? That's okay. I just need to kill this Tentacruel, and I'm not too worried about it. Air Slash does its job. It is all good at this particular point.
Here comes the Lopunny once again.
This is actually Guthy's last Pokemon, Lopunny.
Aha.
So he leads the fake out. That's going to kill Dragon Thing. Dragon Thing is fine with this. It's done its job. It is, got a couple of kills. It's pretty happy.
Pink Floyd.
So I have 2 Pokemon myself left. I've got Pink Floyd, and of course I've also got Vegeta, my Bisharp. So that return, that hurts like hell, but my numbers tell me the Moonblast should now finish off the Lopunny, or at least leave it with just a couple of hit points left, in which case I can snipe it with the
down.
Bisharp. In this case, it is down.
Wow.
Guthie is down and out.
Wow, that's an upset. Ooh.
Grudge match.
Grudge
5.
match. Grudge
One up
has
to
been
Kaka.
grudged.
Now
I
I've got
will
to
tell you
start
guys,
panicking.
Yes.
I was shaking, literally shaking after that match for about an hour.
Mm.
Oh, the amount of adrenaline you have built up. It's, yeah.
Absolutely. I have not shaken
And
that
people
hard
say this is a
since...
kid's game.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I haven't shaken that hard since, say, Brisbane 2013 Magic GP, where I had 50 people watching a vintage match. That's how hard I was shaking.
That would be terrifying, yes. I'm terrible at Magic, so... But, oh, wow. So we have our finalists. We have Kaka versus Nova, him versus him. It's on. Next
It
week,
is.
it is
It is.
on.
Number 2 versus number 3. This is scary, though, because I have not managed to beat you at all in this competition, Nova.
Yeah, but we've had 2 very good, very close matches. So the trend is not really in my favour because I won 3-0 and then it was a very close 1-0. So I need to reverse that
That was
sliding.
34 hit points. That was 34.
It's still a 1-0.
It was so close, that battle. But now, the finals. So we're doing 3 matches. So best of 3 for the finals, which is going to change things up significantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
so basically
yes,
we
yes.
can change Pokemon, change sets, change everything in between matches. We're obviously going to be doing them basically back to back. So we've got to have everything we think we're going to need ready to go.
Yep. We'll leave it up to you guys if you want to do them all together or if you want to take a break in between them. That
Well, from what I understand of the rules is we have about a 10-minute changeover window between each match, so we can completely change our loadouts in each given match there as well.
Yes.
Which that's going to throw a huge spanner in the works. Who knows what changes are going to come out? I mean, we both are absolutely known to change everything up. So, you know, that sideboarding option, the ability to just make those changes, who knows what the heck's going to happen. This could be very much one wins, the other wins, then down to that last match again.
I hope
We
it
just
goes
don't
that
know.
way.
I really
That
hope
would
it
be
doesn't come down to the
excellent.
third.
Not for you guys, it'd be terrifying and nerve-wracking for you guys, but for us, it would be
Oh
marvelous.
yeah, it'll be great for the rest of us. It's great being in this position on one hand because the pressure's off now, so I can just enjoy watching some really good matches while you two get to stress and prepare.
Yeah.
So, before we split for the lead up to the finals, what do you two? Any words for each other?
I'm coming for you, dude. I am coming for you. You are going down 2-0.
Them's fighting words.
Literally bend you over the table with a ping pong paddle and just Pokeball bat.
And it just got disturbing.
Right. Well, and once I have, well, we'll see how things go, but that trophy is going to look really good on my shelf.
Yeah, that should maybe eat my words, yeah.
I don't think you could actually top ping pong paddles though, so...
Pokeball paddles.
May the best Milotic win.
I need a gauntlet. I should have bought a glove just so I could throw it. But I'd probably knock my webcam down
White
behind my
gloves
desk.
at dawn.
Yeah. Right, so yeah, the battle lines have been
Pokeballs are
drawn.
50 paces.
Oh, if you want to be civilized about it, I suppose.
Top hats and monocles are required, by the way. I should have some monocles around here somewhere.
Look at the
Oh,
fez.
we just,
Yeah,
actually,
we
no,
can go
the
with
easy
fez.
solution. We just take our glasses off, snap off half of them.
That's sort of a half bifocal.
I have a dual monocle.
There we go. Challenge for next week. For the finals, everyone wears something silly. If you have a silly
How
hat,
do you know I'm
turn
not
on.
wearing something silly now?
Well, it doesn't matter. You don't.
How
Your
do we-
webcam's not working. So.
Yep, no webcam.
For all we know, you could be wearing a sombrero.
Hang on. So what you mean to say is that Beavwa was actually a Ludicolo?
He could be. He could actually be Llama's dancing pineapple. This is getting really worrying.
That probably would have prepared me better for that battle where Llama destroyed me if I was actually a Ludicolo, but
it would. No. This is getting silly. How about we wrap up?
Yes,
So,
Kaka and I've got some prep to do.
You certainly do.
We do.
Yeah, the pressure is on. So, next week, Kaka versus Nova, the final match. We shall see.
good luck to both trainers.